Hey guys, welcome. Today's video is going to be one Talon tip versus every melee mid assassin. So first up, we got Akali. I don't actually have too many games versus good Akali players yet. She's been getting banned a lot in high elo, so people just haven't been picking her. But the games I have played, one tip I can give you, her sustain in lane is insane. She goes Doran's Shield, and her Q healing means even though you actually do win a lot of the trades versus her, you shouldn't take trades unless you're actually certain you can get the kill. Because similar to like a Vlad matchup, if you trade evenly, she heals all that damage taken back, and then you end up behind, fall into lethal range, and then you die. So I would recommend playing this lane like a Vlad matchup, just avoiding trades unless you're certain you can kill her, or if your jungler is looking for a gank soon. Next up, we have Fizz. So Fizz is actually a pretty easy matchup. People talk about how hard it is. In my opinion, a good Talon beats a good Fizz, but a bad Fizz beats a bad Talon. And the reason is because Fizz E can dodge your W. As long as you throw your W, so he can't E one or both parts, and then still hit you with the E damage, that's the only way Fizz can beat Talon in a 1v1. Otherwise, if you trade your W for his E, it's actually good for you, because his E costs more mana than your W, so he's gonna run and you're gonna come out ahead. Also, if he just tries to Q into you, just auto him and hold your W until he uses his E. Pretty simple. Diana. Okay, I mean, she's a diver, not really an assassin, but she's melee and she one-shots you, so I think she counts. The reason why Diana beats a lot of melee mids is because of her W. It's so good for early trading into melees. So the easy way to beat this is to simply just avoid her when her W is up. It's on a 10-second cooldown, and the cooldown starts right after all 3 orbs are hit or the shield runs out. So all you gotta do is wait for her to use W, and then go in when you know it's down, count the cooldown, comes back up, just back up again. Diana usually does not build CDR in lane, so you don't have to worry about it. Her W doesn't go down with additional levels. And just go in when her W is down and you're going to win the trade. Echo. Most Echo players actually just suck against Talon. For some reason, even really good Echo players will just try to level to all in Talon and then they'll die. So what Echo players will try to do is they wait for you to W, they E to the side to dodge your second W, and they go in and kill you with Ignite. So all you gotta do is throw your W, and when Echo tries to dodge to the side, you Q to follow the E, and then you proc the passive and you win the trade. Gragas. Okay, well he's not actually an assassin, but lots of Untricks will play a mid like an assassin, so I'm going to include it in the video anyways. This matchup is actually pretty simple. Most of Gragas' kill pressure in lane comes from opponents not respecting his E-flash combo. They see him use his E randomly and they're like, oh great, Gragas misclicked, or oh this Gragas sucks, he doesn't know his E range. And then you die. So this is a really obvious trick, but the tip to never getting solo killed by Gragas is to simply flash when you're in lethal range and he starts to E towards you. It sounds so simple, but there's a reason why people die to Gragas in lane. And if you time it right, you can actually bait out his flash as well, and then you're trading flashes, which is pretty good for you. Kassadin. My tip for this matchup is that Kassadin is actually a counter pick to Talon, believe it or not. Most people think it's the other way around, but Kassadin can actually outpoke Talon in lane with his Q, and if he spaces it right, he's never gonna get hit by a second W, so you have no kill pressure on him. Also, when he gets you low, he can Q auto W for execute proc, and that just bursts you down before you can react. Basically, the way you want to play this matchup is if he's bad and he's just taking 2 Ws, just kill him. But if he's good, you gotta play safe, wait until your Tiamat buy, shove him in, and roam and make use of your power spike between levels 6 and 10. Once he hits level 11, he starts to scale, and you're gonna lose, and before that, he can actually outpoke you and he's gonna win trades. So make sure to use your power spike to build a lead and then snowball the game before he starts to outscale you. Katarina. Okay, so the easy tip here is to simply go Null Orb and Hex Drinker, and then you just never die to her. Harder tip. So Kat's mechanism in lane is to E behind you as you W, which prevents you from hitting 2 Ws, and gives her like a dagger, then a bunch of autos, and then you die. So all you gotta do is you gotta space to make sure she can never E behind you. And what this does is it either forces her to not go in, or to go in and take 2 Ws, which guarantees a trade for you. Wukong. Okay, this matchup is actually really easy. So my tip is to abuse him as hard as you can in lane. Also, if you cast a Q command on Wukong and it cancels, it means you used a clone, so be sure not to cast your Q again on the clone. Yasuo. Again, not really an assassin, but Yasuo players like to think they're playing an assassin, so I'll include this in the video. My tip for this matchup is when you're playing against Yasuo, you gotta focus on dodging his Qs when you're fighting him. A single Q on Yasuo will usually win or lose a trade for him, because it sets up for his knockup, it's an extra auto, and it's just so big for him to hit all of his Qs on you. A lot of Yasuo players will go in expecting to hit all his Qs, and they'll judge whether they win or lose a fight. So even if you dodge just one Q, you can win a fight just from that. This is also the reason why I think Yasuo is one of the most skill-based matchups mid lane for Talon, because whether he can win while you're W, whether he can space your second W, whether you can space his Q, will determine whether or not you win the fight. Zed. Okay, so the easy tip that most players tend to forget is that ZQ does more damage the first target hit. So when you're fighting it, make sure to stand between minions, so you're never the first one hit by his Q. Harder tip. When Zed throws his W, try to angle your W so you can hit both him and his shadow, so he can't use his W to dodge your W. Well, that's it for this video, guys. Thanks for watching. Let me know if you like this kind of content so I can make more of it in the future. And special thanks to Shimatora for helping me record all the matchup clips. Have a good day, guys. Take care.